Hello, my name's Richard Kent, and today I want to tell you that unlike what you may have been taught at university or school, planet Earth was never molten. Most of our children, school children, are taught that planet Earth was molten. It definitely was not molten. So I want to take you through what the scriptures actually say. In Genesis 1, this is what we read. I won't go through the whole of it, but it says, the Spirit of God moved over the face of the waters. That's Genesis 1 verse 2. The Spirit of God moved over the face of the waters. So there we have beginning of creation. And right now, 2/3 of planet Earth is covered in water. But when the Earth was first formed, the entire planet was covered in water, and the Holy Spirit hovered over the face of the waters. And we know who did it. His name is Jesus Christ. We're told in John 1 verse 3, all things were created by him. Without him, nothing was made that was made. Right. It also confirms in 2 Peter 3 verse 5, it says the heavens were of old, and the earth was standing out of the water and in the water. Now there's no mention of steam there. There's mention of water, and water boils, as you know. When you heat up your kettle, water boils. Right. Now we have to contend with atheistic teaching about a Big Bang, supposedly 13.75 billion years ago. And what they teach is that 4.5 billion years ago, this planet was molten and it cooled down. I'm not quite sure how they think it cooled down, but anyway, that's what they teach. And the first oceans appeared on planet Earth 3.8 billion years ago. All of that is complete garbage, and I'm delighted to show you why. There is a figment of the imagination. It's a molten planet Earth, and if there had been any water covering that molten planet Earth, it would have been steam. That's not what the scriptures say. So I want to introduce you to a little book which I have at home, which you can still buy online. It's called Creation's Tiny Mystery by Robert Gentry. Very interesting book. And there is a picture of Robert Gentry, bottom left, and he has done a study of igneous rocks, and or in other words, granite all over planet Earth. And he says that if you look at granite under a microscope, you can very clearly see what are called halos, polonium halos. Bottom right there, you can see a halo. So I want to explain to you, there's a close-up of the halo which I'm talking about. Now, let me describe to you what polonium is. It's a radioactive element which doesn't last very long. That comes in different forms, but the longest it can last for is about a year. The shortest time it lasts for is about 5 seconds. But as the radioactive polonium decays into another element, it gives off radioactivity, which you can see there as what's called a polonium halo. And that is found in granite all over planet Earth. Now, let me describe polonium. It has what's called a half-life. There are the various radioactive elements, and polonium has a half-life of 138 days. That's one of the radioactive forms. After 138 days, half the polonium will have disappeared into another element. Now, let's make it simple for you. Imagine a glass of water, and you put an Alka-Seltzer in there, or any sort of tablet like that, a vitamin C, a dissolvable tablet. You put it in the water and then freeze it in the deep freeze. And that's what you see if you take it out of the deep freeze. However, if you allow that glass of water to come up to room temperature, all you will see is water because the Alka-Seltzer or the vitamin C tablet has dissolved completely in the water. Well, it's the same with granite all over planet Earth. if there had been a molten planet Earth, all that polonium in the granite all over planet Earth would have been molten, and you wouldn't see any polonium halos. I hope you can understand that. There simply would be no polonium halos because all the polonium halos would simply have been a molten soup. There would be no polonium halos, but there are. No, the truth is, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. There was no Big Bang, and there was certainly no molten earth. Thanks for listening, and God bless.